Ladies and gentlemen, the Warhammer Grot Scrap tank, and I'm at the painting phase. And when I paint stuff like this, I kind of have I want to say a two-part method of doing it, and I wanted to show it before I get a little further ahead. So, first things first, if I didn't show it in the last build video, should have had everything primered, and I don't like to bore everyone. Everything's primed in flat black primer, and that just helps in the shading department when you paint. So for the base, I taped it off. Again, when you put the train on, you can tape it, but if you pull it off, you'll pull off some of the diorama material around the edges, and you have to go back in and try to clean that up. So what I do is sculpt it on first, let it dry, clean it up, and then put tape around it for painting. And that way, when you pull it off, you'll have a very clean edge. So, primered the base flat black. You might be able to see some of the black in there. And then any paint brand will work. Ammo MIG, Earth, or Vallejo, or whatever. I airbrush that on a couple different, put a little different other browns in the earth just to mix it up. And that's the first phase. I wanted the groundwork for the base, just the base coat, because I'm going to put washes on just to makes the pebbles stick out a little bit more. And then I'll put some pigment powder, and then of course we'll put a little vegetation and stuff on there just to make it a little more visual representation of groundwork. So tank was the same way, primered in black. I painted it in a blue, kind of two different shades of blue, really. And it's more of I wanted to stay away from, I want to say tank colors, the browns, the grays, and all that. And wanted the blue. I did a little camo on there. Might be a little hard to pick up. It's a black blue, and it's just basically lines on it. And I wanted a little red in there, so I just took a little red patches to make just kind of blend it all together, kind of make it stand out, but not either. Hard to see the dark blue, but the red does stick out, so I wanted to get that type of camo on, and I kind of based it off of kind of Japanese paint scheme on their camos. They have a little, I want to say, squiggly line type diorama. But anyway, got that on. Painted the track a dark track color, which is my go-to brown, the prime tracks. Got that painted. So I painted the base. Got the base coat on. So one thing on the base, and this is where the two-part method starts coming in. I get the tank on. I get the color of the base. I also want to paint the very bottom or the sides of the earth color. This way you got the base coat. If you can see where it's kind of a dusty mixture on the bottom of the tank. That makes it, matches the base. Doesn't look like you painted the model and then put it like it just jumped on top. At least it blends in with the base and all that. So that's the first phase. And I'm at the point where I'm going to add some more washes and some more dry brushing. I want to highlight some little areas, and I want to blend in the camouflage a little bit more. I like it. My version of camouflage is I like it subtle. I don't like it unless it's I want to say, a historical pick that distinguished on the tank itself. But most of my camo, I like it very subtle. Kind of fade in and out, when you get up on it, you see it one way you don't. So with that, I went ahead and started painting the tarps, the bed rolls, and I even painted the chain, which is probably a little hard to see, kind of a silver. Tracks are kind of painted. I had to stop because I want to do a wash, and plus I want to blend it in with the base, which is the second part of So when I paint vehicles and groundwork, once I get the basic paint jobs on, I will take the tank, I will attach it to the base, and then finish up the groundwork where the you can see where the groundwork will go into the track. Where vegetation will hit and everything, and then of course a little more dust effects on where it traveled in the road, so the base and the tank all blend in. It doesn't look like you painted the base and the tank and just set it on there like it didn't run through the ground. So for the figure, and just to I got into these Dungeons and Dragon NECA figures. These are already primered in Vallejo Gray, which is not bad. You can see the detail on them. It's pretty sharp. I was going to use the guy, but my first one I wanted to do was I wanted to use the female one. So I reprimed her in black, and I started, I'm going to say, a highlight mixture. Best way to explain it is the base coat, and you can either do light source where you paint from the top like airbrush and hit all the high spots, or I took a lighter tan and just dry brushed everywhere and getting the highlights first, and then I'll go back in and we'll start picking out her outfit and then skin tones and all that. But anyway, that's about as far as I got on that. Again, I like to try to get the tank attached to the base, and then I want to get the figure. It's a little hard to do, but you can attach the figure to the base and paint that way, and you can blend everything in, because she's a warrior that jumped off the side of the tank to start fighting, so you kind of want all the pigments and the washes and everything running together. But anyway, that's what I got going on today, ladies and gentlemen. A very quick update. We are in the painting phase, and hopefully we can get that to the base, get it attached, and start doing all the fun stuff, the pigments, and more weathering and painting on the figure. So that's what I've got going on today. Stay tuned for next exciting episode.